Hi guys, it's Mike here. Here's my tip for this week, and it's to do with the old 80 to 20% rule. 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients, in my humble opinion. I'll give you two examples. One is an example of a sales manager and what they tend to do, and then a retail friend of mine who has also have similar challenges with a vendor. So let's start with the old sales managers. Now, many sales managers, and I'm not saying you're one of those, if you're listening to me as a sales manager, frequently invest the majority of their energy trying to help the worst salespeople they've got, who in truth don't really want any help themselves. Instead of looking after and figuring out who are their peak performers, who are their top clients, and making sure that they make those people better. And that's a real trap. And if you're a sales director watching this, go away and do the numbers. It's always in the numbers. 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your clients. I know in my own experience with one client, when I was asked to evaluate as part of my data analysis of a sales organisation, 80% of their revenue was coming from 9 clients. It's pretty scary. So we better be looking after those 9 clients for a start, would be the first statement I think I recall saying. Now, the second one is retail. A mate of mine owns a pretty successful retail store, and 80% of his revenue is generated through one vendor. In fact, when they look at his numbers, he's number 1 or 2 in their market. Well, you wouldn't know. The service that he gets, the relationship that he gets from that company, is completely ignored. They'd rather go off to someone down the road that buys 3 or 4 of their product because they think, the client that's down the road's either nagged them to death to have their product, or simply, they want to try and get more business. When the reality is they just went with my mate's business and sat him down and said, hey, look, how can we grow the business with you? Because you're actually generating 80% of our revenue. What can we do? How can we help? Because guess what? If my mate went somewhere else, they'd be all over him like a cheap suit. So that's a couple of examples. And also, McDonald's are very good at understanding what works for them. For example, their $1 billion statement annually, guess what? We all know it. Would you like fries with that? But as part of my blog this week, I got some information regarding what they're really good at, and they've got dozens and dozens of ideas and concepts, but they kind of stick to 5 strategies. And I got this from an old Dan Kennedy blog that I saw years and years ago, and basically what he said was that they use about 5 strategies. The first one is discounting for a limited time. The second one is a 2-for-1 special for a limited time. A special item for a limited time, a movie or a TV theme that they might have got involved with off a Disney or something like that for a limited time, and a contest or game promotion for a limited time. So what they're doing is they're making using those strategies over and over and over and over again because they know they work. So in summary, 80-20 rule. You're a sales manager, make sure that you do your numbers and look at your clients that are generating the most revenue and your salespeople that are generating the most revenue and looking after them. If the ones that aren't as good aren't prepared to help themselves as well, get rid of them. You don't need them. At the end of the day, you go and support the people that are prepared to commit to your business. Second thing, if you're a retailer or a business owner, right, or a vendor, have a look at your clients. And like my mate says, I'm selling 80% of their revenue, and you wouldn't know. I get nothing. And it's frustrating. And the third thing is think about McDonald's and what are the 5 strategies that they use. So that's my tip for this week. It's a little longer, but I really wanted to get this information across to you because it's really important to remember that the 80-20 rule plays a big part in a lot of what we do in business every day. You have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Cheers.